it's worth just kind of taking a step back as well and kind of looking at the big picture here. And when we look at the big picture, you know, these are the numbers, these are the different councils that are being contested. Of course, it is England we're talking about here, councils in England, and you're seeing the colour, this makeup of the geography, the political geography of local government in England starting to change. And I'm going to show you some ways in which that's changing that really kind of underline it. But one way of just kind of looking at what's happening right now, and what's happening right now is a redrawing of the map, is to look at these bars here. They are giving you a sense of what's happening beneath the surface when you look at councillors across each of these different areas. So 230 different councils, about over 8,000 seats, so 8,000 councillors, and everything's changing. Labour is doing much better, so gaining 198, losing 32. The Conservatives, look at the Conservatives, gaining 24, so it's not all about losses, but then look over here. 317, that bar going down into negative territory, an extraordinary net loss for the Tory party. Lib Dems gaining 107, so Lib Dems having another good night as well, good elections. Green Party as well, so up by 55 for the Green Party too. But this is pretty clear here, the Conservatives not having a very good time. And when you look not just at the kind of, at the colours of different, the names of the different councils, but at the map across England, you can see just how much that's changing. We still have a lot of kind of light grey areas, so areas where we have yet to have the results. And you see that here, look, only it's 2,636 seats that we have so far out of 8,000. But when you look at some of the areas that we're hearing about, whether it's Plymouth there in the south west, whether it's areas like, there's Windsor and Maidenhead, that's gone Lib Dems as well, hasn't it? And up here in the Midlands, it's going to be kind of interesting as well, because that story that we had recently about areas which typically, when it was the kind of Blair area, when it was New Labour, were relatively comfortably Labour, but then swung across to the Conservative Party, areas like, for instance, Cannock Chase, well, up until now, this was Conservative. It was Conservative-controlled, but they've lost it. They've lost control of it. And when you look at the lines in terms of, this is just showing you, going back to the 90s, the lines of who was in control here. It was the Labour Party in the 1990s. Then the Conservatives started to kind of get back around the 2000s and gain control gradually recently. But now this is what we're seeing here. Look at that red line starting to go up. So Labour regaining some influence here and knocking the Tories out of control of Cannock Chase. And that is just one of the many councils where they are defending, OK? And here you have a kind of board of the areas where the Tory party are defending these councils. There's Cannock Chase, gone to no overall control. We've arranged this. It's another way of looking at the same thing. We've arranged it by the kind of marginal swing you need for the Tories to potentially lose control of these different councils from areas where are relatively safe through to areas where you need a bigger swing for them to lose it. But the striking thing is, well, let's take a step back. These were all blue. At the start of the counting, these were all Conservative councils. This entire board was painted blue. And now just look at it. Look how much of it is grey, dark grey, no overall control. Look how much is orange for Lib Dems, yellow for Lib Dems. Look how much is turning red as well. So East Staffordshire there, but there have been others that have been further, bigger swings to get to the Labour Party. And you're seeing now here the scale of just how difficult, how tough it has been for the Tory party. And remember, as I say, we are still only maybe a quarter, getting towards a third of the way through of the counting. And so far, the news has been almost entirely negative for the Conservative Party. Good for Labour, good for the Lib Dems. How good, we'll have to wait and see. But really terrible for Rishi Sunak so far.